which is golden or yellow. So we're going to breathe in. This is called pulling down the heavens. We're setting our mind for our practice. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, we have to warm up our bodies first so we don't hurt ourselves. So we have a set of movements we do. The first one is your butt, shoulder a little bit more, shoulder width and a half apart. What we're going to do is going to do that reaching. It's like we're yawning. You look up, your chest is opening to the sun, you're letting energy flow, and then as we breathe out, we're going to sink down. Once again, our back stays straight. We're bending our knees until they feel discomfort, and they don't go past your toes, and we're squeezing a big ball. So we're stretching, and then as we breathe out, we have a big ball. We're compacting it because we're tensing our muscles, and we're tensing our lower body because we're holding up our weight, and that's pushing the waist back in. The waist back into our body so they can breathe out by our lungs. So we can breathe in, breathe out. This is our warm-up, trying to generate some internal heat. Breathe out. Go by whatever your capabilities are. Breathe in. Breathe out. We'll do two more. So we're going to breathe in. Like you're yawning, breathe out. Compact everything. And then breathe in. Now this time as we breathe out, we're going to come down and we're going to generate some heat by holding it. So we'll do a few breaths, 9 breaths. I'll breathe heavy so you can follow. And then you're going to come up and breathe out. Okay, hopefully that was generating a little heat. Now we have to open up the circuits in our body so energy can flow through more easily. So we start by something called shake the 9 gates. As we get older, all the energy, blood, fluids go to our torso. That's why we have so much problem with our extremities, our ankles, our hands. So we want to get blood to go out to our hands. And now we're going to shake our entire body. We want to feel the skin moving over the muscles move over your bones, trying to break up any adhesion in our body. If you were just making sound instead of talking, you'd hear So we're trying to have your heels are coming slightly off the ground and they're dropping down, your knees are loose. So this is called shake the 9 gates. The 9 gates are your hip, knee, ankle, shoulder, elbow, and wrist, and upper, lower, and middle back. Just really loose. We want to get things ready, get our body ready for practice. You can do this anytime during the day, these 3 movements, to just wake up if you've been sitting or binge watching too much, you're sitting at the desk, too many video games. So you're going to come up and throw any energy out to your hands. You might feel it tingling. Now what we're going to do is your chin follows your shoulders, and you look over your shoulder as you turn. You want to pick a point, if you can, a point all the way behind you, and we're using our mind too, so you're focusing your eyes. Okay, this is called dragon shakes his whiskers. So just loose. This is warming up our midsection and our spine, our upper neck, because we're turning to follow our shoulders. Once again, you go by whatever your flexibility is, because just as you do it over time, you'll build up flexibility. A few more. Now we're going to continue to warm up the spine by curving it this way and that way. So we're going to reach for the wall, reach for the ceiling, and now we're going to take our thumb and push a thumbnail in the wall over there. Then you're going to come up, open everything up, come down. As you breathe out, you're pushing. Now see, my shoulders are staying against the wall, so I'm not twisting. I'm going over the top. This is called a crescent pose. We're trying to get our spine into a C shape. So you're opening up. You can breathe in, lean, and then as you breathe out, you can get a little bit more. So breathe in, breathe out, Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, we're gonna, as we get older, our different parts of our body, the muscles shorten. So like up here, these shorten, and so you start walking around. So we do movements to open that up. It's the same thing down here. These muscles shorten here. So you wanna, and they control somewhat how much your femur moves in your muscles. So we wanna stretch those. There's this, we're doing somewhat like yoga. So what we're gonna do, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna reach up. You want your, here I'll do opposite. So you want your right leg back, your feet, you don't want your feet behind each other. You want to have them, if you're looking forward, there's a gap. So they're shoulder width apart. That way you have more balance. So what you're doing is your back leg is on the toe. So you're picking an apple, and then you're going to pick a flower. So this is, as you see, we're coming up and down. This is working your legs, but there's a lot of things. So when you go down, so you don't want to be doing this. You're not lunging. We want to protect our knees. So when we go down, our knee pretty much stays over our foot. Likewise, when we're going down, we want to keep our back straight because we're trying to stretch this here. So we don't want to just do this. Nothing's happening. You want to drop down here. So this part's staying straight. Your knee in front is basically staying straight. Okay, so now when we reach up, this is opening up all the channels, and we're going all the way down to our big toe. And then we're coming in and we're picking a flower. So we're going to pick an apple, reach, pick a flower. Pick an apple, pick a flower. Now just go by whatever your current range is. So if you can only reach this high and go down that high, low, that's fine. But you want to do this, you want to practice this one, because this determines a lot on what you can do in the world. Just, you want to be able to get the jam off the jar, then you want to be able to pick up the kids' toys. We're going to do the other side. So once again, we're here. So you're going to reach for the apple, reach for the flower, get the jam, pick up the toys, get the jam off the top shelf, get the toys, up, reach, compress. A lot of our movements are opening and closing. We're trying to get fluids to move through our system. That keeps us healthy. So breathe in, breathe out. One more. Breathe in, breathe out. All right, so once again, we're working on getting circulation out to our extremities. So if you watched our 2-minute Tai Chi lesson this week, we did red palms. So what those are going to come, we're going to make a fist. So we're here, touch. This is why we're going to make fist. Okay, here we go. You want to put your middle finger in the middle of your palm and then roll the rest of the fingers up. This is actually, we're doing actually acupressure here by doing this. So you put this over, and then you're putting your hand over the middle, your thumb over the middle. So we make these two fists. Now, what we're doing is just like Superman, when we were growing up, he would take a piece of coal, he'd crush it, and then he'd make a diamond for Lois Lane. So what we're doing is we're trying to make that diamond. So we're squeezing as hard as we can. During this whole movement, you're going to squeeze the tightest fist you ever made. So what's happening is our arms are also, we're going to move our arms up and down. You go by whatever your range is, but what we want to do, if you can, if you have the range, we're here, we're holding buckets. So we're not, our arms are just hanging down. We're holding big buckets of sand that's pulling our hands down. Then we're reaching up. There's really heavy doors. We're pulling on the doors to try to open it. And then we go up, we grab a monkey bar. We're hanging from the monkey bar. You can go up on your toes. And then you come down, pull, and pull. That's what we're doing. So now we're going to go up. Remember, tightest fist you ever made. So up, down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, keep those tight fists the whole time. Breathe out. 4, 5, your arms are straight, they're being pulled up. You're trying to open those shoulder joints too. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. 7, 8. Okay, now we're going to do one more. 9, and now we get to the top. You're just going to relax your hands and just let them hang down really loose. You're just really loose. They're open. So my hands feel like they're slightly throbbing. What we're trying to do is we're trying to do red palms, which is, now if you look at your hands, and you squeeze as tight as you can, and the light's bad here, you squeeze as tight as you can and then open it, you see it's white, so you squeezed out all the blood, and then you open it and you should see white, but then it should quickly turn pink as the blood rushes back in. So we're pushing all the old blood out, squeezing it out, and then we're letting fresh blood comes in. This is very good for preventing arthritis. As we're getting blood, getting blood to come to your fingers as you grow older. The next one we're going to do is, it's the same thing. It's with your hands. It's a very similar thing. If you know what acupuncture is, they put the needles in. Those are actually points where they put the needle in on lines. You have lines of energy moving through your body that are called your meridians, and they end in your toes and your fingers. So what we're going to do is we're going to give ourselves an acupressure jolt to build up our energy. What we're going to do is we're going to pull our hands together, and then we're going to, sorry, I'm trying to find it here, that's not too bad, and we're going to flick. So we're covering all the fingers, tips, and then we flick them out. So we're stimulating those, they're called your Jing well points because they're the wells, like a water well. That's where the source of the energy comes from. So we'll just do that a few times. So you're here, you're going to give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come up. We're going to go on our toes. You want to go on your toes because once again, that's where the meridians end. So you're stimulating those meridians by putting your weight on your big toe. So you're just coming up. We're going to flick and then we're going to go down. You're going to slightly bend your knees and keep your back straight. This is, if you've been coming, that's engaging your calves, which you know is now your third heart, which pushes the waist out of your lower body and into your main body. So we're actually getting a lot of stuff going. So what we're going to do is going to come up and flick and then come back down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and what we're also doing is we're lifting up our arms. Remember, just go as far as what's good for you, but what's happening is here is we're pumping. You have lymph glands here, and as we go up and down, we're pumping those. We're getting that's pushing more waste from our arms into our central body so our lungs can breathe them out. Our lungs are very important. Now another thing, so we're teaching you things from traditional Chinese medicine, and they have healing sounds. So each season you work on different organs that have the sounds associated with them. In last season it was your heart, and the sound, they've studied nature, and so they find the sound that's associated with that organ. So it's what was the heart, when something happens, you see a baby, it's like, ah. So if you want to regulate your heart and you're doing sound, we did a lot of movements where we were coming up and then we'd try to regulate our heart. So we're in a new season. This is stomach is for late. So what do you see? Stomach is anxiety is associated with the heart. Worry is associated with the stomach. That's why you can worry yourself sick, right? So, and what's the sound? When you see something bad, you kind of go, oh. right? So it's like, oh, oh. So you use that sound, the same sound, for the healing sound, because it's a, oh, oh. So you're trying to get out the, instead of just once in a while getting out the worry, you use the sound to expel that, expel the negative out of there. So what we're going to do is, first we'll just start here. You're just going to go in, and you're going to breathe in, arch your back slightly, and then as you go out, we'll say, oh, and you're going to push your stomach in. So it's, oh, and you squeeze your stomach, arch, oh. Oh. Now we're going to do a little more vigorous. You're going to reach up, get a lot of energy, and then you're going to, oh. 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 So those are healing sounds that you can learn and do different movements that you're trying to expel the negative energy from that organ, which is worry. It's trying to help you relieve your worry, expel the mental part for it. Okay, the next part is like I said, we're trying to turn your body into an efficient pump, and what we have to do for some of those movements is we have to expand and contract things. So like our lungs are important, our chest, our rib cage is important, because you have to expand it so you can take in a lot of air, and then when you breathe out, you have to push everything out, because you've now got all this stale air with all this waste in it, so you have that come out, and then you breathe in. So at the same time, we want to do multiple things. So we're expanding our chest and contracting our chest with our shoulders. So you can breathe in, you look up, and then breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. All right, so remember we're going to do multiple things at once. So this is expanding. We're trying to get these muscles here. When you pull back, you try to have your lower shoulder blades like you're holding a piece of fruit, and then you come back and push your shoulder blades together. So this is working your upper chest, stretching everything, expanding your rib cage. You're trying to get the ribs to move a little so you have some flexibility in your sternum. Okay, so the next part is when we do this, we go up on our toes, and then we sink down as we come in. So what we're doing is we're going up, we're reaching the weights on the ball of our foot and our big toe, and then we're coming down and we're compressing. So this is, remember, we want to turn our lower body into a pump that's going to pump all those waste, so we don't want to have big fat ankles or anything, or and blood can go down there, and we don't have problems with our toes. So we're going to breathe in, breathe out. So you come down. So as you come up and then come down, you're working your calves, and you're building lower body strength too. So if you do a few of those, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. But wait, there's more. So we've got our lower body thing going on here, got our lungs expanding, but what about our brain? So what we want to do is when we go up and we're looking up, we want to arch our back slightly, and then when we drop down, we pull in our pelvis and round it. So this is our horse back, and this is our turtle back. So what we're doing by doing that is now we're going up, and as we go down, we're bending and unbending the spine, and that's pushing spinal fluid up to our brains and washing our brains. So you're going to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. You've just turned your whole body into a pump, moving, letting fluids and nutrients go out, oxygen flowing in, and then expelling all the waste, pushing the waste into the center and having expelled through the lungs. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. All right, going to do one more and then we're going to do a little bit of Tai Chi skills going on. So what we want to do is want to have our feet about shoulder width apart, and then you're going to step back with your right foot. So see, my feet are still shoulder width apart. So what we're going to do is when you step back, the back leg, it's not locked, but it's straight, and the foot's 45. Now what we want with the front leg is the knees over the foot, so that's going straight up. But what we're trying to do once again is we're trying to stretch through here. So we're going to start just at this level. So you're here and put your hands like you've got a pair of 6 guns, and they should be pointing. You put them on your hips. Your hips should be pointing straight. Your toes, front toes pointing straight. So your body's oriented this way, and then the back leg's there. So we're just gonna, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this twice. This is just probably about where you are now. This leg's straight up and down, and this leg is locked out. So we're here. We're just gonna pull a bow to shoot an arrow. So we'll just do a 9 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I see my camera just went out. Hold on. I'm here, just listen to the music. Okay, hopefully, no, you're not, oh, there you go, all right. Sorry, technical difficulty. The battery ran out for some reason on my camera. I put a fresh one in this morning. So what are we doing? Okay, so we're here. So we'll do the other side. We have to do both sides, obviously. So you're here, your front leg straight up and down, your back leg is out, the foot's at 45. We're pulling back. See my arms? We're trying to stretch. So see my arms are on the same level, so you don't want to be like pulling your bow like this. You're opening this up and you're looking forward. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, but of course there's more. So we're trying to build up the lower body, plus we're stretching here. So optimally what you want is you want this front leg. You can work up to this wherever you are, but we're trying to get it so this front leg is parallel to the ground. So we're going to do it again. So here we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to go on the other side. So once again, we want to get down, our feet's turned, we're pulling up, we're relaxing, we're trying to build up our lower body strength as well as stretching all of this so we have more flexibility, we can climb stairs better. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so there, that built up. Remember, we're summer, we're trying to build up our strength during the summer. That's building up our lower body strength. Okay, but of course, we told you we're going to learn Tai Chi, so we're teaching Tai Chi skills. So if you're learning a form, there's a lot of movements that you watch people do it. For instance, there's the most famous one I would say is wave hands like clouds. And this is what you do. Your body is moving as a unit, but when you show people, they do this the first time, right? And so what you want to do is you want to work on the skills, individual skills of Tai Chi, and so that when you go to the form, when you do that in the form, you'll be using your body to do it. Okay, so what we're going to work on tonight for a few minutes is, I guess we have 7 minutes, is we're going to do Tai Chi walking. Now when you walk, normally, as you see, when I'm walking, see I commit my body first. This is the way people normally walk, and then they put their foot out and kind of catch them, and they go out. So the problem with this is, so you're kind of walking like this. So if you put your foot on something, because you've already committed your weight, you're going to fall probably. So in Tai Chi, when you walk, you always have your balance. So you commit your foot first, then you commit your body. So This is an exaggerated form. But, so when you're walking, when you're doing, you get a good footing, then you shift. You get another good footing, then you shift. Get another good footing, then you shift. So how do you get a good footing? Here you go. So what we're going to do is turn your right foot at 45 degrees so it's facing the corner, and then your hips, once again, if we do our like gun thing, or you can do this, you can pray. So have your hands up against your sternum, and so you turn your hips so your fingers are pointing, now your toes are pointing toward the corner, 45, your fingers, and then the other foot comes up, and you're just gonna, I call it dotting. You're on the ball of your foot. So we're here, and everything's oriented toward the corner. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna point with your toe, and then you're gonna do a C step and put your heel down. So, and then you put your foot down. Your foot is pointing. We're gonna start walking this way forward, so your toe has to point in this direction, because otherwise, once we go forward, if your toe is not pointing in that direction, and then you try to step that way, you're just gonna rip your knee apart. So you come down, when this foot comes down, it's gotta be pointing straight ahead at 45. Okay, so we'll just do that a couple times. So we're here, gonna point, make a C, put your heel down. So right now there's no weight, see, because we haven't committed. Our back leg is bent. So this is building up our back leg so that when we can eventually, we want to get to the point where your back leg can bear all your weight. That way you can climb stairs or anything that you have to do. If you slip, you can hold your weight for a minute till you catch your balance. So it's important that you have your back leg bent. Now, how much you bend, it depends on your current situation, but you just don't want it locked, because then nothing's happening. You want it at least loose. So we're here, do our C step. So we're here, there's still no weight. Put our toe down, still no weight, but now that we've got a good solid center, we're gonna come forward. So as we come forward, our toe is, remember our knees always go in the direction of our toes. So we're here, so I've stepped down, and then I come forward. But our knee, this is a big mistake people make. You see them, they go, and then when they step forward, they do this. This is killing your knee. When I guess I read an article that said when Tai Chi first came to America, the teachers weren't that good, so they would teach you, and so a lot of people were getting bad knees, so there was an association with doing Tai Chi and bad knees. But what you want to do is when you put your weight forward, you just go till basically at your level, just go till your knee is straight. You should always be able to see your toe. So we're here, we dot, point, C step, heel, toe. Now we shift forward. So our back leg straightens, and we've shifted forward. And now we want to take another step. So what we have to do, because our front foot's in the wrong position, now we shift back. And for right now, we'll just come back. So we're here, go to the other corner. So post, everything's 45. You point, step out, put your toe down, and then you come forward. And then you go back, and then step up. We'll just do that 3 times. So we're here, 2 times each side. So we're here, back knee bent, point, C step, heel toe, shift, come back, step. Other side, dot, point, C step, heel toe, come forward. Now we go back and bring it up, right? We actually don't have much time, so we're going to actually go to the next level. So we're here, we're doing a T step, point, C step, come down, go forward, and now we're going to come back. Actually, what we'll do is we'll just do this. So it's getting late, so I try to keep it to a half an hour, although I'm not that successful. So here we go. So we're stepping out. We'll do the hand movement next. You can do a hand movement with this as you do it. So your T step. So you're here, you T step, come out. So you put your foot down, and then as you go forward, you lift up water. As you go back, you pull the water back, you open up your chest, all your weight goes on the back leg, and then you can come up. Your hands go down. Now you turn the other way, T-step. So your hands are here, heel toe. Now you go forward, splash water on the person in front of you, withdraw, and then step back up. Your hands come down. Here, dot, point, C-step, heel toe, splash water. You're going forward, coming back, and then come down. Dot, C-step, go forward, come back, hands go down. We're going to do one more set. So we're here. So we turn 45, our hands are down, point, heel, no weight, remember, toe, and then as we shift our weight forward, we're lifting up. You can use this as a meditation, so you can breathe in, go back, breathe out. Other side, T, step, breathe in, breathe out. So there you go. That's the first part. That's the first half of Tai Chi stepping, because you notice we always come back to the same spot. The other part is where you dot, C-step, go down, you go forward, you come back. Now when you come back, instead of bringing this foot in, you turn your hips, and as you see all the weights off, all your weights off, as you come back, this foot comes up because all your weight's in your back leg. You turn your hips toward the other corner, and what happens? Oh, look at that. In Tai Chi, the rule is feet, waist, hands, and your waist should be telling your extremities, in this case your toes, what to do. So you just see, I turn my hips, my toe turns, put my toe down, we come up, dot, and look, I'm on the other side. So that's how you actually walk across the room, and you can do it with your breathing. All right, so we're gonna end the lesson by pulling down the heavens again. We're clearing our minds, we're trying to capture all the information we've done. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in,